All right, what is up, everybody? Welcome to Carl's Collects Comics. I am the Carl's in question, and we're excited to have you with us hanging out tonight. This is episode 99. That's right, we are 1 week away from our big 100th episode. We're going to celebrate a lot that way, hanging out with y'all for an extra double-sized episode. But tonight, we're going to be hitting a couple of cool things. We're going to talk about topic number one is, are they back from the dead? We're going to talk about, were the franchises Transformers and G.I. Joe even dead in the first place? Have they come back? What is this new Energon Universe stuff that's going on with them? Cobra Commander number 1 dropped today. Duke number 1 dropped last week. Transformers and Void Rivals are well into it. Man, lots to go into there. But that's not all we're going to be talking about tonight. We're also going to be coming back around to talk about the let me pull up my notes here real quick, and let's see. Ultimate Spider-Man number 1 and the whole idea of Spider Spawn, because we've had Spider Boy, we've had Venom Boy, and now we've got the Spider Kids. All right, topic number 3, we're going to be talking about new character intros. Have we gotten cynical about all these new characters? We just had a really cool, I've been loving the new Superman run in issue number 10. We just had a brand new Western Superman drop, brand new character alert in the Avengers miniseries that's going on with Captain America. We've got a new Iron Man, not displayed in his, lots of new characters coming out. But have we gotten cynical about it? Plenty to talk about tonight. Big shout out and thanks to our sponsor, Lone Star Heroes Comics and Toys, because they have consistently been supporting us and the mission that we have here to promote generosity in the comic community. If you're in the greater Houston area, make sure and check out one of their 3 locations, Galveston, Lake Jackson, or NASA El Lago. Lots of cool back issues there. Well worth the trip, making a day trip of it. Go out, catch the beach or get some seafood, and go shopping for some comic books. So all that and more, plus I got a stack of really cool giveaways, and I can't wait to share them with you. All this after we come right back from the intro. So thanks for tuning in to the giveaway show. All right, so hey, we're back and we're ready to hit this episode of the giveaway show. This is number 99. I'm going to go and bring out our panel for tonight. Let's bring out first, but certainly not least, the future Batman. Ooh. Here he is, folks.
Ooh. Hey, what's up, guys? Paul's been making me laugh all freaking day since I got on. Hey, we're going to have a wonderful time tonight, so let's get it started. We have so much to talk about, and I'm excited. So let's get this going. All right.
Awesome.
Joining us.
Awesome. All right, let me go and bring him out from backstage. Here he is, folks. Paul Comics.
All right. Appreciate y'all being here tonight. Me and Billy are here. I don't know what Carlos and Jen are going to talk about, but me and Billy are here to give you all the right information. Right, Billy? But yeah, thanks for being here, guys, and hit the thumbs up, share it out, and yeah, appreciate y'all being here tonight, and we'd like to see y'all's comments, what y'all saying tonight about the topic. Thank you.
Awesome. Hey, Paul, will you go ahead and just do quick shout outs to the chat while you're on? First up, first in.
Andrew's here. It says G Day. There we go.
And then next up, one of your favorite.
Oh man.
One of your favorite co-stars.
All right, Mississippi says, "What's up, folks?"
Mm-hmm. All right, and then is this?
Lizzie Pop. She says, "Thumbs up, please." Y'all hit the thumbs up. All right, David Dotson's here. Showtime. I got Dotson again. He says, "Hello, comic family." Jonathan, the other Dotson, is here. Says, "Hello, comic family." Got Liz says, "Here we go. Hashtag Team Paul." Y'all put in hashtag Team Paul, guys. We got Southern Comic Geek again. Mississippi says, who we waiting on?
All right.
All right, hold on now. No, we're not saying that in here. You're out of here, Mississippi. All right, Las Cruces is in here. Hello from New Mexico. Thank you, Las Cruces. Joffrey Castro. Yeah, hello, everyone.
All
Where'd
right.
you get that? Got the
Mr.
emoji
Cody.
going. All right, we got cards here that says, let's go. Ryan's here. He says, what's up, my peeps? Oh, cards again. The Great One Show. Thank you, buddy. I think that was for you, Billy. Wolverado says, evening C3 crew. I like that one. That's pretty. Lizzie says, party like it's Carlos 99. Uh-oh, she must have saw that video. Saw Carlos partying, huh? Raphael's here. Hey, yo. Wolverado Liz. Little punching Liz. Gamer's here. My buddy Gamer.
Uh-oh.
Oh, Roman Curtis. Had a great time with no... I heard that y'all messed up over there, Roman Curtis. All right, Carlos DLR. Evening, gentlemen, and Paul. I think that's what it's supposed to mean. 99 problems, but Paul ain't one. There you go, Raphael. Mary ain't here, Raphael. You're good to go, man. Future Batman. I don't know what he... Oh, Brooklyn Born, one of the channel members. He says, evening, everyone. Billy's still being held hostage. He's not,
No
man.
escape.
He's good. He's good.
No escape. No escape whatsoever. All right. As we get started, I'm going to let the guys take a minute to get themselves ready for the first topic of discussion, so we can dive right into it. Before we do that, before we get to Cobra Commander,
on the phone, guys. He's on the phone.
We are going to be doing our first giveaway, the early bird giveaway, within the first 15-20 minutes of the show. The book that you see that is up for grabs tonight is going to be Ultimate Spider-Man #1, the 1 in 10 Chichetto design variant, which I personally love. We will also have a mystery book that is spider related. And in addition, we've got the upgrade book. You can always, here at the giveaway show, you can always, if you don't like either of these books, before the mystery book's revealed, you can take the upgrade giveaway. Right now, it is about a 7.5 copy, direct copy.
Mary has a important question to ask you.
Where's the big? Yeah, I grew it out over the weekend, and my wife wanted me to keep it, and then I ended up cutting too close on the goatee. So yeah, now it looks like I have nothing, and I look like I'm 12. So, but I'm okay with that. All right, make sure to hit that like button. Yes, very much a baby.
I'm just shocked that Mary, you're the only one that noticed that, Mary.
Most of you would be shocked at how old I am. But yeah, we're not going to get into that tonight. So I'll just enjoy this until this starts growing out, because my wife has already frowned at me and said, please grow it back. All right, so these are the two books that are up for grabs. I'm going to go ahead and let you know how you can enter to win. But as we do, keep watching the chat for the enter to win hashtag. If you're brand new here, that's how you enter to win. You don't have to do anything. I'd love it if you were a subscriber, but I'm not even going to twist your arm on that. All you have to do is do the hashtag exactly as it's spelled and written in the chat, and then just enter that in, and we'll do a randomizer, and we'll give one of these books away. But while I'm getting that set up, I'm going to go ahead and turn it back over to the guys and let them start talking about, first off, any initial thoughts on Void Rivals, Transformers, Duke, or even Cobra Commander #1, which just came out today. So I'm going to open it up for you guys to have some discussion about that. See if you have anything to say. Oh, no.
Someone said, turn on the baby filter, Carlos. Mary says, it will come back. Don't blame her. And Brooklyn says, check his ID. Yep, we got to check him. Maybe too young to be on here.
They will need to.
Go ahead,
Everybody
Batman.
took more of a kick of it than I thought.
They're all going.
Jen, I'm sorry. Is it 1 in or 2? Is it 1 in or 2?
I mean 1 in.
What do you
Wait, never mind. I'm going to change it.
Oh,
Okay,
J-I-N, yeah.
Yeah.
It's like 3 ends, right? 3 ends.
But I've got it set up though.
What is that, a Kumar joke?
I don't know.
How many U's
Saying
and
how many
O's
ends.
is that?
How many ends?
It's not like 10 O's and 100 U's?
No, guys, this is not a new host. This is still Carlos, guys.
All
Not
right,
a new host.
here we go. Enter to win. Hashtag Future Commander. Hey, if you're over watching on Twitch, I want you to make sure and enter to win. I also want you to drop me a quick line and let me know, because we've got a little something special sent to you. Nothing big or crazy, just a little something if you're watching on Twitch tonight. But yeah, enter to win. Hashtag Future Commander. All right, we'll let that go for a second. Guys, so big thought. Any thoughts on the whole? I know that's clever. He's young, still learning spelling yet. Wait, did I get it? Future Commander. Okay, yeah, I got it. All right,
Yeah.
so make sure to enter that hashtag Future Commander, and we will get to that. All right, so Jen, what are some of your thoughts on the Energon Universe?
Okay, guys. For those that do know what's going on, and for those that don't know what's going on, right now they have Rival Voids, which is a comic book that is recreating or retelling the story of Transformers and G.I. Joe and just those combined universes. So the book that just came out this week was Cobra Commander #1. Now, I personally didn't go out of my way to pick it up just because I was really busy today, but I've been hearing some really good stuff about how they're going to start crossing those characters and going back to G.I. Joe and Transformers and back in the 80s and how they had the wars and all that. So I guess they're going to revamp that or bring it back. I think Carlos had asked us a question. Do you think some of these characters, or I think if this franchise is currently dead,
or was it dead before this?
You think they're still dead, or
No. I was saying the big question was, do you think they're back from the dead? Meaning, before this relaunch, did you think they were dead, and do you think they're back now?
Okay, so I've been collecting some Transformers books here and there, but it would just have to be an issue that. So if I like the artist and I like the writer, then what I'll do is I'll go out of my way to start reading that story arc. And I do that with a lot of artists. Like if let's say if it's Jamie Tinadel, right? He does a lot of he does a lot of variant covers for G.I. Joe, specifically like Dawn. If they make a cover based off of that character, I'll go out of my way to pick that up. So I know that they've been making a lot of G.I. Joe variants, so I know that it's not dead because there's been a demand on those, retail incentive covers. Like even today, like they came out with, I think Paul was telling me, I showed you guys a foil before the show, but the fact that we talked about a foil cover that's a 1 in 100, and it's already going for like what, $200 right now. I mean, I wouldn't say that they're dead, because if it was a franchise that was, not in demand or people didn't care about, nobody would be chasing after that cover right now. Unless if it's FOMO, right? Fear of missing out. But I wouldn't say that it's dead, but I wouldn't say that it's extremely popular either. It just depends on the writer. I think the writer and the artist have a lot to do with it, especially if it's a very popular artist. Say if it's Art Germ or Tinadel or I feel like I'm saying his name wrong. I've always said his name wrong. Anyways, Tyndale. I think it's Tyndale. But yeah, Tyndale. But if you're able to follow those guys and you see that they're doing work on those characters, then yeah, I guess that you'll go after those books. But I don't really have much.
What did you say the artist's name was?
Jamie Tyndale, right? Jamie Tyndale.
Yeah, sorry about that. He does watch the show, so kind of corrected. Thank you.
Yeah. Okay. Well, my bad, Mr. Jamie, or is it Jaime? Yeah, he's gonna correct me on both ends. He'll be like, "Hey, you're saying both of my parts of my name wrong." Anyways, that's all I really have to say about the Energon Universe. I mean, I know. Well, how about this? Let's see where it goes after issue 5. I think it's usually after like issue 5, 6.
That's a really good test right there. That's a good litmus test because that's usually like the first major story arc is the first 5, sometimes 6 issues. But that's.
Well,
you brought up. Yeah, go ahead.
I mean, so do you guys remember the Kal-El, the son of Superman, or the son of Metropolis? Okay, so like that run was really good. Like Tom Taylor was doing a really good job with that run, I believe. And then the minute they released his personal life, I'm not going to go into his personal and all that. But the minute they announced him as a certain type of character, after issue 5, his comic like tanked. It went from like the next 6, issue 6 and the annual, everything went just kind of like it just dropped. Like nobody cared anymore after that. It was just like, wait, what?
Right.
It's like, why'd you do that? Like nobody, because they were trying to bring that crowd in, and I've always said this. Like if you try to cater to a certain audience, and it's not your main audience, okay, what's majority of the comic book readers are males. They're like men. They don't want to read about a Superman that's going around planting trees. I don't. I mean, I want a Superman that's, maybe developing into a good father, right? Maybe he's teaching his kid to control his powers, which is what they did in the beginning. But once he got his own issue, nobody cared. It was just like nobody cared once they did that. Once they did that, it's like that comic drop. So it just depends on that. Like with G.I. Joe, I remember when they killed off Snake Eyes, you couldn't find that issue anywhere. Yeah. That issue was like the most hardest issue to come across. You'd have to go to a retailer or a Comic-Con to get your hands on that issue. So I wouldn't say it's necessarily dead, but it just depends on the person's opinion or POV.
Yeah, I mean, I definitely see what you're saying, because I think, remember, keep in mind, I'm coming at it from a G.I. Joe fan of the original Marvel run, and I haven't read or collected anything from issue 155 all the way through to the current new run that they're doing under Image, which started at 301. And I mean, I picked up a few covers of 300 because they had really cool covers, and I was a G.I. Joe fan, but I really haven't paid much attention to any of the books or any of the storylines, or most, I'll put it this way, most of the storylines I haven't paid as much attention to. So for me, G.I. Joe was kind of out of sight, out of mind. And truth be told, I don't know the sales numbers, but I don't know that the sales numbers were as robust as it looks like they are now. Because, I mean, let's face it, I don't know if Transformers and G.I. Joe have been as relevant in comics in a long time the way they are right now. Like, I think some people got excited when they tried the shared universe back with there was ROM and Mask, and Transformers and G.I. Joe were all part of a shared universe. I think it was called Revolution. I think some people were excited for that, but not a whole lot. But I haven't seen this kind of excitement, and the sales numbers are backing it up because, all 4 titles right now are doing excellent when it comes to sales numbers. So that's kind of where I was coming at it from, and what I personally feel is I haven't been this excited about new G.I. Joe comic books in quite some time. I raved about it last week. I'll rave about it again. Duke #1 was one of the best new issues and best first issues I've read in a long time. And it's mainly been independent stuff that's been doing it, But I will say though that Ultimate Spider-Man #1, from what I've read of it, because I'm not all the way through it yet, but from what I'm really enjoying it, because it's the same thing as Duke. It's a fresh. It's familiar elements that you're used to if you're a longtime fan, but there's just something fresh and new about it. And that's kind of, I think, the main thing I was getting at with asking that question. Have we felt this excited about G.I. Joe and Transformers titles in quite some time? I know Paul hasn't stopped raving about Starscream murdering a human being in quite some. He's been talking about it for weeks now. So, just a couple of thoughts. Wanted to throw that out there. Quick shout out to General Jedi. Let's see. Okay. Yeah, so we got plenty of comments here, but I did want to open it back up to the guys and to especially Paul and see. Paul, did you have anything you wanted to add about these books?
All right. Well, to me, like I said, I'm a long-time diehard Transformer guy. So like Raphael was saying, it was going to be from only 4 issues, but the comic didn't really go with TV shows. So I didn't really jump on the comic until like later. And then I was like, wow, this is crazy. I mean, it's totally different than if you watch the cartoon, which I'm a diehard guy on the cartoon. Best movie ever was the cartoon. But yeah, I think the movies itself, the Michael Bay movies, I could never really watch them. Just never was a fan. The last one, the Bumblebee one, was a really good one. And I think getting both franchises together, I think a lot of people are talking about that. I think in was it Rise of the Beast or the Beast, Dinobot, whatever it was called. And you had to have the originals in with. You had to have the original Transformers in with the Beast creatures because it didn't make any sense. I mean, you needed more than that, right? Yeah. So hold on a minute. Anyway, so everybody didn't like the movie until the end when they saw G.I. Joe guys crossed over, and then everybody was like, "Wow, this is." Everybody was talking about it, telling me all the time, like, "Wow, they need to do a G.I. Joe Transformer movie." So I guess that's coming, and now with the. I hope it's still coming. With Robert Kirkham taking over for the Transformer G.I. Joe franchise, I think he's bringing in a new, fresh take on it. He's got good writers on there. Yeah. The only one that doesn't tie with it is the Larry Hama run. They're leaving it alone. He's doing his own thing. So if you're reading the G.I. Joe 301 up, that does not tie in with none of this stuff that's going on. But like Carlos was saying, how he was describing how Duke blew up Starscream's eye. That was pretty cool. And engaging with him with just a regular plane versus a Transformer, that was really cool. And then like he was saying, I mean, I was wanting that because we've never seen Transformers actually engage with human beings. And in this series, you're getting them like they're calling them squishies. They're getting rebuilt in the hospital, so it's pretty good if you're reading it. And it's not for kids; it's for actually adults. So I've been enjoying the whole run. So hopefully, it's been like Jen says. We'll see what happens. They've discovered Megatron now. Duke's maybe turn into the Decepticons. Who knows? We got a lot of stuff going on. So yeah, y'all keep reading.
Very cool. All right, so hey, it is time to do this first giveaway, but we are going to make sure and get to the comments. There's a lot of really good comments. I see Rafael Jimenez, General Jedi, Liz Barnes, Cliff on Comics. We're going to get to your comments in just a second. Let's go ahead and share.
I think he did, Raphael and Hell Megatron. Yeah, when
go ahead and share this screen, and then let's see, where is it? There we go. All right. So hashtag Future Commander. This is what the instructions were. 19 of you decided to go ahead and enter to win. The main book up for grabs is this 1 in 10 Ultimate Spider-Man #1 variant. Let's be honest, this is a great book to have right now. Definitely a fun book.
I was going to say it's sold out everywhere, guys, and they're coming out with a second print.
Yeah, so very excited about having it here. Big shout out to our sponsor, Lone Star Heroes Comics and Toys. Let's go ahead and do this. Let's get into this. Good luck to everybody. I see 20 entries now. 3, 2,
y'all get
1.
in, guys.
Good luck, everybody.
Oh, sorry, Brooklyn, you didn't get in. Oh, Carlos collects comics.
Oh, Andrew Kai. Ooh. Andrew Kai. Congratulations, Andrew. Glad to see you. Andrew, go ahead and let us know which of the books you want to claim. You got your choice.
Get the upgrade, Andrew.
One of them is leave him alone. Let him choose for himself. All right, so Andrew, here's the deal. The way this works now with the giveaway, it's not just one book. You always do get extra chances. So you can get the 1 in 10 Chichetto Ultimate Spider-Man #1 design variant. Really cool book here. You can also get the mystery book, which is another spider-related book. And you can also always, as always, with any giveaway, you can choose the upgrade book, Spider-Man #13. I'm putting it at about a 7.5-ish direct copy. So any of these 3 books, you just drop in the comments which one you want. We'll give you just a couple of minutes. We'll give you just a minute or so to go ahead and drop it in here.
Great.
And then, as always, with all our winners, make sure you send me a message to bump your Instagram messages to the message thread to the top, and so I can just make sure and verify your shipping information. I've got a whole bunch that are going to be going out. I think this weekend. I got a whole bunch that are going to be going out. So, Andrew, you can choose either of these books here, or you can also choose Spider-Man #13.
Oh, great.
Any of them is your.
I just want to say, while he's deciding, we did not get a new host, guys. This is Carlos.
Yeah.
Oh, this is Carlos, guys.
Somebody was asking. Somebody said, "Why does?" General Jedi said, "Why does Carlos look like he's in his early 20s today?" This is what I look like when I was 23, circa 23.
It said Spider-Man 13. Spider-Man 13.
Oh, Andrew, I knew it. He got the upgrade.
Oh, he took the upgrade book. All right. Congratulations, Andrew. This is yours. I'm going to go ahead and put this here. I will pick a new upgrade book during the next segment, and we'll have one up for the second giveaway of the night, which is going to be second giveaway of the night. We're all about the 1 in 10 ratio variants tonight. So we're going to be giving, and this one is an especially cool one. This is Cobra Commander #1, the 1 in 10 variant that calls back to his brief appearance in Transformers as Snake. I think was that his name, Snake?
Yep. His name was Snake.
And then there's a mystery book for this one as well. All right, or you can take the upgrade book, which I'll have that replaced. So that's going to be, we'll be doing that in about 20 minutes or so. But congratulations, Andrew. Glad that you won and excited that you're going to do this. Guys, we're going to go ahead and move it on to the second topic of the night, which is one of the hot books that we're talking about, Ultimate Spider-Man #1, and this whole idea of introducing the Spider Kids. Paul, you're kind of a Spider-Man guy, so what are your thoughts on this?
They've been saying this for a little while. I'm trying to see who wrote it. think they got a nice writer on here. Let's see what we got on here. Yeah, Jonathan Hickman was writing this, so it got a lot of buzz when it was coming out. A lot of people like Jonathan Hickman. Some people do, some people don't. I don't know. I mean, I think the original Ultimate Spider-Man was what, Mark Bagley and Brian Michael Bendis, and it was a fresh take. It was a fresh take on Spider-Man in the 2000s or whatnot, with phones and all that. This one's introducing the kids. Maybe they may spawn off. Maybe they're going to be newer characters. Maybe one of them takes over the mantle of Spider-Man, maybe in the Ultimate Universe. So I think there's a bunch of things that could be done in the future. But no, I'll tell you right now, I didn't believe that this book would do what it did come release date. I mean, every variant cover, you had the 2099 cover, you had the Ben Reilly cover, you had the black suit cover, you had the regular cover, you had him when Ben Reilly took over as Spider-Man, the big Spider-Man suit on there. Then you had the 1 in 10. I think they had a Rand Stegman cover that had all the family in front. Then they had the nice J. Scott. So all of them, and then the regular cover doing well. Nobody, I didn't think it would do like that. I mean, I got a couple copies, but I didn't think it would have done what it did and sold out. But there is a second printing coming. But yeah, I think Jonathan Hickman writing it, maybe there's a long-term thing for the kids. A lot of people like it. I mean, it's been sold out in a lot of comic shops. You go, they're sold out.
So Paul, here, tell me, because here's the thing. I picked this book up, but I actually didn't read it. But now I'm realizing. So Ultimate Spider-Man #1, the new one, did that come out of this? Did it flow out of Ultimate Invasion?
I'm not sure. I don't know.
Yeah. Yes. Well, yes and no. I mean, there's a lot of stuff that's happened after that. So here's why. I mean, here's what I'm gonna add on to what Paul just said, but I'm also gonna give my POV on that. So here's the thing, man. When they had Mephisto take away Peter Parker's relationship with Mary Jane, one of the things that Mephisto tells not just the readers but also Peter Parker is that in the multiverse, almost every universe that Peter has been in, that he's looked at, he's alone. So like there is this version of Peter Parker, he ends up like alone. There's another version where he ends up in a divorce. There's another version where him and Mary Jane, I guess he dies and she ends up living. Like and then there's another version where he's not with Mary Jane, he's with Gwen Stacy. But the whole point is that he tells them like it doesn't matter if you end up with her or not, because almost in every version you're going to end up alone anyways. So when this book came out, I think one of the first things that they announced was, oh, by the way, we're bringing Mary Jane and Peter Parker and we're going to put them together again. And I'm a huge Mary Jane, and I shipped them like as a kid. Like I watched the television show and I used to read the comics when I was a kid. But once when they destroyed that during the what is it, one more day, brand new day story arc, I haven't consistently collected a Spider-Man comic book or subscribed to one until now. So yeah, I'm a huge fan of I ship them. Like that's one thing that I felt like Dan Slott did that I didn't agree with, because I guess he was going through some personal stuff in his life. So he was like, oh, you know what? You can't relate. The fans can't relate to Peter Parker being in a relationship with another character. Comic readers can't relate to that. I'm like, okay, well, that doesn't make any sense because I'm married. I'm about to have a kid on the way. They just introduced this comic book, right? I can relate to his normal human life, but if you're going by that sense, I don't have spider powers. I can't relate to him, period. Like, what do you mean? What are you talking about? So I think a lot of that, when they did that, I think it pushed a lot of fans away. So when they stated that this is going to be a revamp, a redoing of Peter Parker and Mary Jane's relationship, and in this universe, he's not going to be alone. He's gonna have a family. I think it kind of retcons or kind of goes against what Mephisto had told him in the brand new story arc, and it's like you're going to be alone. And in this one, it's like no, he's not alone. He's got a family. After a hard days of work, he comes home to his wife, which is one of the things that a lot of people loved. I think David Spider-Man Dotson said most fans dumped Spider-Man when Dan did that story. Exactly. I was one of them. I was really angry about that, and I remember I met him at a Dallas Fan Expo, and I shook his arm. I'm like, hey man, thanks for writing Spider-Man and all that, but I don't agree with what you did. And he's like, why not? And I go, well, because I shipped them. I liked the way their relationship was going. And he's like, well, here's the thing. If Gwen Stacy never died, he would have never been with Mary Jane. That was his, that's what he told me when I was at the con. And I told him, well, you don't know that, right? I mean, because that was a decision at the time made by the writers and the creative team and so forth. But I always liked them. And yes, I also read the Renew Your Vows. And if you look back at the Renew Your Vows popularity, those comics were hotcakes. They were selling left and right. They had Stan Lee editions. They had Virgin editions. They had all these crazy editions for those books. So I'm not surprised that this book is selling the way that it is.
I just told you why.
Yeah, I know. But what I'm stating is
he held it in as long as he could.
I mean,
I hear you.
I mean, we're going in a big circle right now.
No, you're shocked by the sales, but I'm explaining because of that relationship, right? Nobody knew that was going to happen.
I was saying that Jonathan Hickman and a lot of people were buzzing about it at the shops and stuff like that and FOC, but I didn't. I was just shocked at how it sold out. Like, I didn't think all the covers were going to sell out and all this, and the regular covers doing as well as it's doing.
And they're still making more first.
They're doing the second printing, which I tell anybody, if y'all want to read it, get the second printing. And just me and Billy would give y'all the thorough thing on Ultimate Spider-Man. Go ahead, y'all guys.
All right, hey, let's get to some of you in the comments. Y'all been probably waiting a little bit. So first up, General Jedi said hello there. Liz Barnes was commenting on discussion a little bit ago. FOMO is more of a fad. Yes, that's true. There's always new rebirths of characters. It's classic characters, and it's going to do very well. I'm investing in it for sure.
Oh, I think she's talking about the Transformer Energon.
There's some really cool stuff that they've got planned down the road. And so I'm very interested in the research.
Nicely put, Liz. Nicely put.
And some older books. Okay, so General Jedi says Superman and Lois, the TV show, did the family dynamic really well. I agree.
What?
I think that show, the one with from the Arrowverse, Greg Berlanti Arrowverse. No, it was Tyler.
The ones that died in the Crisis on Infinite Earths. Is that what you're talking about?
He was introduced in Supergirl, I think, and then they put him in. Well, they called it Arrowverse.
Yeah. So I thought that was a decent show. It definitely wasn't the best.
I don't know what you're talking about, General.
It was interesting. So Rafael Jimenez says Marvel Transformers was only going to be 4 issues.
Yep.
And
they made it to 80. Yep.
Yeah, because the concept held. Cliff on Comics, I think he's responding to what you had said, Jen. He says, I enjoyed Son of Kal-El just fine. We get plenty of Clark being a good dad upon his return to current. Yeah. Am I not a man who's been reading Superman for 39 years? Okay.
Yeah.
Well, cool. Hey, we always welcome differing viewpoints on it. Glad that you enjoyed it. I did read it myself. It was definitely, I felt, it was definitely an attempt to draw in younger readers. And I think, I don't know, the sales, the sales ultimately bear the brunt of how it goes. I don't know if it's still going or not. I don't.
No, they canceled it.
Yeah, I'm not.
That was my whole point of the son
until
of
this. Yeah. Until this Superman relaunch, I haven't paid as much attention to Superman. But this new one by, I think it's Williamson, has just been fantastic. It's been really, really good. And so again, I was captured by it. I thought it was a great jumping on point for somebody who hadn't read Superman comics in a long time. Mm-hmm. General Jedi saying, why does Carlos look like he's in his early 20s today? New Ultimate books are all really interesting so far. Love the new take. I didn't know there were other Ultimate books. I've only picked up the Ultimate Spider-Man, and I'm enjoying it thus far. I'll have to drop a mini review on the channel here this weekend. And then Liz Barnes says, Void Rivals is an excellent marketing strategy for a new series to share how it began. Mm-hmm. Yep.
I agree with that.
Sure.
You agree with Liz?
I do. I agree with her. I mean,
that was well put, Liz.
Okay.
But that's exactly what I was saying, Liz.
You're behind the wheel. And now the engine's rolling, and now they have all these variants, all these things happening for them right now. And Liz is she's kind of right, Paul. Come on, bro.
So Rafael Jimenez says, doesn't Starscream kill humans in the All Hail Megatron series? I don't know. To be honest,
I don't know. Like if he does it like he does in the Energon series. I mean, they're just squishing humans with their and the after effect of it and all that. It's pretty cool.
I definitely think the Energon series, the Energon Universe series, of how Starscream especially deals with humans, has really been exactly what fans were looking for in a battle versus the two. Because they're giant, huge, organic robots, and he's evil. He doesn't have a moral compass.
They call him squishy.
Yeah, of course he's gonna take him out that way with complete disregard for what their life might mean. It just doesn't mean anything to him. Carl's Collection says Energon Universe has been a blast. Cobra Commander off to a great start.
There you go, Carl.
I agree. I think the Energon Universe has definitely revived these franchises. If they weren't, in there, it's debatable. Let's see here. Okay. Most fans dumped Spider-Man when Dan did that story. Yeah. I really like the idea of the new series, but I'll always be a Spider-Cat shipper. Okay. All right. I didn't know that about you, General Jedi. I didn't know you were Black Cat and Spider-Man versus Mary Jane and Spider-Man. I didn't know that.
I don't know about Gen. That ain't gonna happen, General.
So here's the thing, right? Maybe hook up Black Cat with Ben Reilly. I think that I would ship them. I mean, they have, he's got injury issues. She's kind of like,
you want her with the clone?
I feel like she only wants.
Yeah, or maybe with Kane. I thought out of all the
clone, but I'm confused.
Peter Parker.
There you go, General, confusing us again.
Also, Jonathan Dotson says it also felt like they were saying that all comic readers are single and can't get married. I don't know about it. Do you think that, Jen? You think that? Okay, Jen.
Well, think about it. That's one of the things that Dan Slott was saying was like, you can't have them be in a relationship and married, and younger readers won't be able to relate to that. And that's what he told me at the con. And I go, what are you talking about? I'm like I'm about to head towards my 20s. I'm Middle Eastern. We get married very young. I mean, what are you talking about? That makes no sense. I mean, you got to know who you're. And I know you're saying that, first of all, he's Spider-Man. I can't relate to him, period. I can't lift a car over my head. Can you, Paul? Can you lift a car over your head? Can Billy lift a
Yeah, Billy
over
can.
his
I
head.
mean, I can. Billy
That's
done
true.
it.
I mean, relatability
What do you
is a huge part of
mean?
comics because comics are escapism. It's
But I think
escapism.
that a lot of people are fascinated with that, like Superman. A lot of people go with Superman. I mean, a lot of us
The
can't
sales have been
ain't got
down for
heat
a long
vision
time.
and all that, but okay, or Batman. I mean, nobody's
Yeah,
gonna go
Batman.
and fight crime at night, but you can relate to the characters. I think people relate to Spider-Man.
Phoenix Jones did.
Okay, well,
All I'm saying is that the reason people can't relate to Superman is because he's as strong as he needs to be, right? You don't
Yeah.
relate to Superman, you relate to Clark Kent. Clark Kent wakes up as no, I'm sorry, Superman wakes up as Clark Kent. He chooses to be that ego, right?
I'm not a mild
He,
mannered reporter. I can't relate to
no,
that.
no, no. I'm saying he chooses to be human. He wakes up to be a human every day, whereas Bruce Wayne wakes up to be Batman. So I mean, if we could all wake up to be Batman, I'm sure we would choose to be Batman, right? But
Hey, if you ever have the choice, always be Batman.
correct, right?
You had the choice.
Even
Always
if it's
be
in the
Batman.
future. Anyway, so now, so if you have this you have this writer that's telling you that you can't relate to this character, but the reality is that they want to bring in new audiences. They want to bring in a newer crowd or a younger crowd. So what they start doing is they start canceling these stories after. I mean, you don't really see a comic book hit 50 issues these days. It's very rare that a
Yeah,
comic book will
yeah.
go like 50 or 100 issues. Batman right now is, I think, one of the fewest comics out there that's like 100 and it's like 130 or 100. No, it's like at 150 right now. It's about to head towards 150. It hasn't been done in a while, but usually they'll revamp the universe or reboot it or soft boot it or whatever, like the New 52 Rebirth, and then they'll redo these characters to bring in these audiences, right? You can't really do that with Spider-Man. He had such a huge following, so when you destroy that relationship, people are like, "No, I'm out." You're telling me that my 500 or 600 issues right here are meaningless? Oh, the minute you did that, people are like, "Oh no, I'm out." I'm just a lot of people will get mad, and if they're comic book fans would probably be number two right after Star Wars fans for like the most toxic levels of rage or whatever you want to call them. The minute that they realize you're doing something that they don't like, they'll immediately cancel you. They'll want your head on a platter. And like Star Wars fans do that, comic book fans do that. If they don't like something, they'll make it known. They won't buy it. That's what happened with a lot of these issues that we're experimenting with characters too. Like you know exactly what I'm talking about when I say experimenting. We're not going to go into that, but
I don't know what he's talking about.
when,
Yeah.
whenever they're going a certain direction with the character and majority is like, I don't agree with that or I don't care for that. What was it? There was an artist and a writer that had released a comic book team, and before the comic even came out, they were going to name it Safe Space and all these terms, right? And like Snowflake, and
I
they didn't
remember
even
that
come
one.
out. I mean, people read up on it, like they heard about it, and then they said, "Nope, we don't want it." It created an
No,
uproar.
I think I think it did come out, but the title, I'm trying to remember what title the title tanked. Like it
Yeah, I can't remember
tanked.
what it was called, but it was.
I remember, yeah. Well, it was a new super team that
Mhm.
was in an established title,
It was a
and
Marvel book.
I don't even remember, man. It could have just as well been a DC book,
Mhm.
but I just remember I remember the character name Safe Space.
Yeah,
That I do remember that, and it was like some kind of a team, and they all had names like that, and yeah, the title just tanked. But I can't remember anything else about the game. We need to look that up at some
New
point.
Warriors.
Let
New
me
Warriors.
get to
It's called the New
wait.
Warriors. Marvel's New Warriors. Because I remember it didn't actually come out. because or actually maybe you're right. It came out, but it didn't sell past the first issue or two.
Oh yeah. Okay, yeah, I remember that. Yeah,
They were saying that those are going to be non-binary characters that I guess they were going to try to make fat cool, and I guess that was going to be Cyclops or some blind guy, handicapped superheroes. They're experimenting, right? But a lot of fans are like a blind superhero. They're like, well, you got Daredevil. He's not really blind. He can see through walls. Like, what are you talking about? He's like I don't know. He knows like 10 martial arts. He can hear like 10 blocks down. You know, I mean, what are you talking about? This guy was like actually blind.
Well, they say if you lose one of your senses, it magnifies the other ones. That's what they're.
Yeah, but that's not what happened, Paul. He had toxic waste go into his eyes, and probably his ears and other things too. Remember when Iron Man and Superior Iron Man, he fixed that, and Daredevil told Tony, he said, "Why'd you bring my eyes back?" And he goes, "Why? I mean, I thought that's what you would want." He's like, "No, you're messing up with everything else. Now I can't use these. I can't use everything else." He wanted to go back to being blind. I don't know. I read that run. I thought it was great. Superior Iron Man.
I need to look into it. See, I've never read any of like the Superior Iron Man.
Yeah, it's for adults.
I haven't looked into it. Hey, let's go into the comments real quick. General Jedi says, I think the writing of the characters is far superior because they were written as real people. Some of the super stuff wasn't as good. Okay, I think that goes back to
the General
Batman. Still one last season to come. I think he's talking about the Spider-Man. Rafael Jimenez comes back to, okay, so here's first scene of all. Now this comment makes me want to go buy that miniseries. First scene of All Hail Megatron. Constructicons just crush several humans. Frenzy turns his hands into drills and impales humans. Great series showing how Decepticons are just savages. Sounds really cool. I need to look into that. And see, not because of like the gore and stuff.
I don't know about all that, Raphael.
I've not seen Transformers depicted in that fashion before. Spider-Man was who I related to as a kid because everything Peter Parker was who I was as a kid, so I could dream of being Spider-Man. Yes, see, that's the basis of comic books right there.
Mm-hmm. That's what I just said. I said that people
speak louder, Paul.
Comic books were created as escapism for kids to be able to to grow the imagination, to be able to look into these different types of characters. And that's why teen sidekicks, when you think about it, a teenager as a sidekick, not the most cooperative person maybe, but having them as a sidekick is definitely something that's going to that helps the teenage viewer or the preteen viewer because they look and they see that character and they want to be like that character. But yes, that's why I think Spider-Man has a consistent popularity over time, is because he's been relatable, and his personal life's always been falling apart, even no matter how good his crime fighting life is going, and a lot of times both of them have been falling apart. Let's see.
That's what the writer said in the beginning. They were just like, he's not gonna have a normal superhero life. So yeah,
right. And General Jedi says Peter never getting to be happy was a huge part of his character for a really long time.
That's what I just said, General.
Sacrificing his happiness for the greater good was important. Hey, what's up, Green Machine? Good to see you popping in, buddy. All right, Rafael Jimenez says Batman, easy choice, being rich is the best superpower.
There you go, Rafael. Be rich.
I think they're writing those family and love stories to attract women readers. It's an untapped. So. Comics are meant to be fantasy. You don't have to lift a car. Very true.
Doesn't make any sense what you just said, Liz.
All right, John. Yes, sadly, people don't like the idea of something and they just hate on it instead of giving it a chance before deciding these days. Yeah, I mean, I think it's always worthwhile to try something out. Read an issue, see what you think of it. But if it doesn't float your boat, it doesn't float your boat. Let's see.
That's the same thing with movies. Everybody gives
what he's saying. I agree with him.
I agree with what General was
saying. I don't think they ever actually released it because of the backlash. He's talking about the New Warriors comic issue. I don't know. It's interesting because they had finished art for it. So interesting. Yeah. I don't know.
Oh, they attacked that guy on Twitter. That's what happened.
But he's saying it never was released.
On Twitter, they said, he goes, we'll show you safe space. And then he's like blocking people on there and stuff.
But they never released that book.
It's like, I need a safe space. Yeah. All right. Hey, real quick, before we get to the last topic of the night, because we are going to start wrapping it up here in the next few minutes. I was told by our backstage producer that we have to be aiming for 10:15 every Wednesday night. So, because he says otherwise, it's just it's hard to make it work. So let's see.
She said that.
Third topic. No, she doesn't. No. Third topic, new character intros. Why does it seem like we're more cynical about it, even though it's been done since the beginning of comic books? So panel, you guys start thinking about it. I'm going to go ahead and get this next giveaway set up. For those who have been watching, checking it out, you've seen the hashtag more than meets the Paul. That is the hashtag for this giveaway that you want to make sure and enter. This is how you enter to win on the giveaway show. You don't have to do anything else but enter that hashtag, and then you need to follow up with me and give me your shipping information so I can get the book sent to you. If you don't send me your shipping information, I'll put it back in the box or something. All right, so for this round, we're going to be giving away Cobra Commander #1. I think one of the best covers that came out of it, other than that 1 in 100. This is a 1 in 10, and it's very much. Now he does wear this costume in the book. But it's also kind of a throwback to his appearance in the Transformers cartoon. There's also, of course, a mystery book that you can choose as well. Or you'll see that I have replaced our upgrade giveaway book with Wonder Man #1. Apparently the show is back in production.
Yep. And
so they're working on it. So this does have the poster in it, but it has some kind of an abrasion on the back of the cover. So I think it's maybe like an 8 to 8.5, but it's a fun book. And this is one of Paul's spec picks. From what I hear, he's got about 87 copies of it saved up. 87 is what I heard. All right. So make sure and enter that hashtag more than meets the Paul. And we will be, what's up, Pops Mafia? Good to see you. Hey,
they're saying, can they see the mystery book?
They see the mystery book.
Can they see it?
No, they can't see the mystery book.
I tried, guys. Didn't work.
Okay. All right. So moving on with the discussion, let's see. Southern Comic Geek has dropped something here in the chat. He says, "I think that some people are critical just to be that way. However, when is the last time a good new character in the big two has been introduced that wasn't a derivative of another existing character?" Very true. I have one example of an excellent new character that I'm going to mention in just a moment. So, right, Dagger says only 87 copies. So for Paul, that's not a big amount. For Mr. Collector, that doesn't even scratch the surface. Mr. Collector likes to buy his spec books by the 100.
Hundreds
so apparently,
of people. Yep.
Hundreds of copies. All right, so what do y'all think about that, about the big two? Let's dive into that discussion as people continue to meet or continue to drop the hashtag more than meets the Paul is what you got to enter to win for this round. Guys, what do y'all think about the new characters that have come out? Do you think we're cynical about it? What do you think?
I don't know. I mean, if you were really cynical about it, I wouldn't have picked up the new Western Superman. Yes. I mean, I thought he looked good. I'm not feeling that little eye gaze right there, but what he's doing over there. It looks like he's going to do some two-stepping, right? With this.
That's an amazing cover. I love that cover.
I do too. I wish they made a version cover of this.
I guess they're running out of ideas because you go into the Wild Wild West with Superman.
Well, I mean, so here's the thing, right?
Do you think they're running out of ideas?
I think so because I mean, now you're going to the Wild Wild West. What are you going to go to the Stone Age with Superman? I mean,
It might. They might, but it
you
wouldn't
have
make any
what
sense
Spider
because
Boy, Venom,
even
Kid
before that,
Venom. I
right?
mean, I
So,
guess
do you remember the handicap Spider-Man that they released? He has like two.
Yeah, yeah.
I
But
mean,
I
they
think
did.
it was a she. I think it was a she though, wasn't it?
I don't know. I mean, I picked up maybe one issue, and it's what um I can't remember who it was. I think it was it Southern Comic Geek or um, Liz or someone had said this. I think maybe David Spider-Man Dotson said this. A lot of you guys are engaging, which is awesome. But you guys said FOMO, right? And I originally said that when we got on. But yeah, it is a fear of missing out. It's so everyone's afraid that they'll miss out on the next Ultimate Fallout 4. That's all it is.
Right, right.
It's
Yeah.
like because how many people picked up Miles Morales? I picked up the second printing of it, and I picked up other. I never really got to pick up that issue until like maybe 2 weeks later because it was already sold out. And the controversy behind, oh, they're turning Spider-Man into a black guy, and I go, biracial, but
Yeah.
I went out of my way to go pick that up. I thought it was a great idea. I thought, hey, which universe is this? They're like, oh, it's an Ultimate Universe. I go, then why does it matter? They're experimenting with it, and I think it'll be good. Then they released Ultimate Spider-Man with Miles Morales is #1. I went and picked up like 3 or 4 copies of that because they had different covers. Then they
Yeah.
also had the poly bag cover and everything. I left one in there. So I think it was. I think a lot of people are afraid that they'll miss out on the next Ultimate Fallout. I mean, just look what happened with Spider Boy. They released that and it sold like hotcakes, and the people that didn't buy it, they went online and bought it for like 30, 40, $50. They went online and they try to get their hands on that book because they're like, oh, it might be the next Miles Morales, and I'm like, guys, I don't know, man. It's even Kamala Khan, right? Miss Marvel. She
Right.
got 7 printings. It's never been seen before, right? Like 6 or 7 printings. Her first issue came out, I think they had like a very low run. Then they came out with Miss Marvel #2. And then they sold out of that, like instantly sold out of that. Then they came out with 3, then 4. And they went all the way up to like 7 printings or something for that book. So it may be people are skeptic, but I think a lot of people are probably cynical to the fact that if I invest in this, am I just doing this because of FOMO, or am I doing this because 10, 15 years from now, they'll make a movie on this character or a TV show on this character. And if I didn't own this character, if I don't have things on this character, I missed out. So that could be it. So that's all I got to say about that.
I just want to say something on that.
That's really good. Yeah.
So what he's saying is, I think it's just a nobody, when Ultimate Fallout 4 came out, nobody was really like going with Miles per se, but to get that to what he's saying, I think everybody has said that to every book, even 252 when the black suit came out. I've read old articles that nobody liked that. Older collectors didn't like the black suit. Now the black suit is just an iconic cover on 252. But I think that goes with anything. If you see Spider-Boy or you see Venom, Kid Venom, or you see certain character that you're like Star, the sister of Captain Marvel, I mean, you pick it up, it may go somewhere, it may not. But I think if you're collecting like that, people that picked up Ultimate Fallout 4, they were thinking, yeah, and then it did go. So you're thinking, yeah, I did good. Or you're thinking, like he said, man, will this character do anything? I didn't think it was, but then when the show had the cartoon movie came out, it did really well, and a lot of the younger fans were gravitating towards Miles. I think he even had like the shoes. They even came out with the shoe for Miles. So yeah, I mean, like Jim was saying, it's a take that you do, but I think on every character you go like that. It's happened back in the past to now. It'll never. I think that will never change.
Very true.
Mhm.
Very true. Well, those are some good. Those are some good
Alvarado.
to be honest. And my thing on it is, I think that, because I was reading some older books and looking into this, and there really were a lot of new gimmicks, ideas, and new costumes, and new characters introduced on a fairly regular basis. Like I just finished building my G.I. Joe Marvel run from issue number 1 through 155, and when I look at that run, like every few issues, it was a key issue because it was brand new characters being introduced. And yeah, I understand it was because of the toy company that was pushing it, that Hasbro wanted that done. But I mean, it's that way across all the major titles, including Batman and Superman, all the way back into the Golden Age. And some of the Golden Age stuff was even more ridiculous than anything. Like when they would have all the different types of kryptonite, and that they finally had to clean up, and all these different stuff. So I think what's happened now, though, has been the collectability of comic books has now risen to match the kind of the unexpected pleasure of reading comics and appreciating the art, and meaning that now people that FOMO, because it's driven by finances, people are desperate to not miss out on the next big character. But I think what's happened to the market, especially after the hype of 2020 and 2021 and those like record high numbers, has been the comic community has really plummeted back down to a manageable point where we're not seeing these massive spikes. I mean, yeah, we do still see some of it, and it's the whole speculation market is going to continue for a while, but I think it's tapered off a lot, and we're not seeing as big leaps as we used to see. And I think it's largely driven by economy and by just kind of the world that we're living in right now that's different than a few years ago. And I think that's good. But I think that anytime there's a new character that is a good concept, especially from the big two, the one that I was going to mention was the Sentry. I think that was a brilliant character that Marvel came up with, and I really think I'm trying to think if there's any other guys. You throw them out if you think there's any.
Wasn't he a Superman of DC or something?
No. It's here's the thing. When you take, yeah, I mean the power set is similar.
Yeah, similar. Yeah,
but what made that character so good was that they took that kind of power set and they assigned it to a character who was dealing with two different sides to his personality, and who had become addicted to his own power to the point where they had to make him forget who he was. And I think that
had S's on their chest. I mean,
the whole Sentry, just the whole Sentry storyline and everything that went on with it was, I think, one of the more original creations that Marvel had come up with in a while. And I can't think of any since then. Maybe you guys can think of characters since then from Marvel.
I can think of one. I mean, they piggybacked off of Wolverine, but NYX3, X-23. She's an extremely
but he's talking about an original character, not.
Well, I mean, if you look at it,
not a derivative.
Yeah.
Okay, so if you look at what they did with her, right?
Yeah.
She kind of is an original character. Think about it. Okay, so they were trying to create the perfect Wolverine clone. They went through 23 Weapon X programs to get X-23. That's why she's called X-23. So they went through all those programs and they got finally a female version of Wolverine. And that was another comic, right? Like if you weren't paying attention, you weren't reading Wolverine Origins, you missed out on Dakin. if you weren't reading NYX, or if you weren't keeping up with comics back in 2008, 2006, somewhere around there, you missed out on a lot of that stuff. Like, and that's what that was one of the characters, I feel like. And watch, when they introduce her in Seawall 3 or whatever these rumors are about her being brought back, yeah, her comic is gonna skyrocket. I mean, it's still at a plateau, right? It's still like a 9.8 is like a $2,000 comic book or something. But the minute more females, more like say your daughter, or someone that that has a kid that's a female, wants to cosplay as this character, yeah, that comic is like, good luck trying to get your hands on that. They already got that comic book, is already limited as it is. Like, you can't really find that at like a really high 9.8. Like either people are sitting on that book or they're just not putting it out there. So yeah, and Rafael Jimenez, if you can get his comment, he said Echo is original. I mean, he's not wrong. That's another really good one too. But then again, Echo wouldn't you kind of base that off of? I don't know anything about Echo, so correct me if I'm wrong. Isn't she kind of like a black canary, sort of, right? Doesn't she have
dead.
like
she's dead?
Huh?
Death.
Yeah, but like a deaf version of her or something.
Yeah, she's deaf.
Okay, so she's deaf, but doesn't she like scream or something? She creates echoes.
She does something that messes up Daredevil.
So she like messes with his like
since his hearing so his hearing so enhanced.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's kind of cool. See, that's a you should make that person sidekick. Because he's blind.
He does go after Kingpin. I mean,
X-23. I mean, X-23 is a good character. Mm-hmm. I just think that falls into the Spider-Man 2099, Robbie Reyes Ghost Rider, a bunch of characters that have been kind of a. Yes, it is. Okay. I was trying to think of a DC character. I mean, I personally liked Damian Wayne, not as much as some of the other Robins, but I liked him. He was original. I liked that he was Batman's biological son and not another Ward like Dick Grayson, Jason Todd, and Tim Drake. So that was kind of a cool one.
Yeah. No, I agree. Yeah,
I mean, he was drugged and then he had a son. So.
Well, I was about to say he was a factory biological son.
He was drugged and then he
was drugged and
Hey, let's guys in the comments. Let's keep it positive and let's just make it cool for everybody. All right, so hey, we are way past. We need to go ahead and do our giveaway, our second giveaway. Let me go ahead and bring that screen up right now, so we can do that. And I'm going to let these guys. Okay. Photographic reflexes and superhuman physicality.
I think she copies, kind of like Taskmaster. I think that's.
Oh,
yeah. I thought that's what she was. I thought that was.
Yeah, that's what people have said. That she's like Taskmaster. So.
Yeah, but I don't know. I don't know. I haven't watched the show, so I may or may not watch it.
For adults.
Wait, what?
Quit saying that, Paul. No, but the thing is, I thought she was called Echo because she would like scream stuff, like but I don't know anything about the character, which is why I said,
oh, okay,
like Echo, like not that she's creating all these echoes, but mess up your senses. But
the first time I saw her was in the New Avenger, the Brian Michael Bendis New Avengers run from the 2000s. When they brought together that new team.
Because she was Ronin.
Yeah, she was Ronin in that. That's the first time I saw her, but I think she had appeared in Daredevil first. All right, so we got 20 people that have entered to win. Hashtag more than meets the Paul. Let's see. Let's go ahead. We're going to go into this, and good luck to everybody. If you haven't done it, you can still do it real quick right now. Hashtag more than meets the Paul. We are going to go and roll it. You're going to have a choice of Cobra Commander number 1, the 1 in 10, a mystery book, or the new upgrade giveaway book. All right, here we go. 3,
mystery book.
2, 1, right. All right, here we go, folks. Good luck to everybody.
Luck, Carlos. Come on, Carlos, collect.
Don't even start with me. Pops Mafia.
Oh, wow.
Congratulations, Pops Mafia.
Pops Mafia.
Congratulations. All right, buddy. Thank you so much for watching and hanging out. But we need your help on one thing. With Pops Mafia, we need to let you. Let's see. We need to let you choose. I don't know enough about the Maya or the Echo character, but I will make sure and check it out.
He's
in real life, Maya character is an amputee and is really deaf.
she's really deaf.
Is he saying the actor
or the actress that plays?
Yeah.
Oh,
that's true.
The actress that plays her is
really deaf. What was?
She showed up at the at Comic Palooza. Remember Carlos? She showed up at Comic Palooza.
I know. I mean, I know she was there, but I didn't go. I didn't go see any of the celebrities.
Y'all heard that here, guys.
You know, one of the biggest things I did at Comic Palooza was to babysit Paul.
What?
Not recommended. Not fun. Not recommended. All right. Here's it's Cobra Commander 1 in 10. I've also got a mystery book here, and then we've got Wonder Man number 1. So, Pops Mafia. Okay, Pops Mafia wants to say mystery, please.
Ooh, the mystery.
All right, here it is. Drum roll.
Oh.
And it is the cover B. Cobra Commander number 1.
Yes.
All right. Congratulations, buddy.
Yes.
Glad that you are going to get to read this on us. Let me go ahead and make a note of it. So let's see, Pops Mafia, make sure and send me your shipping info, and we will get this sent out to you hopefully this weekend is what I'm shooting for. I need to get all my giveaway books out the door before the big 100 episode. So quick preview on that. It's going to be fun. We're going to give away some slabs. We're going to give away some regular books. And it will just be a lot of fun. We'll have a bunch of people on there with us. And yeah, looking forward to it. It's going to be a lot of fun. So make sure y'all tune in. That's next Wednesday night at 9 p.m. Central. It will be a little bit longer episode, but we are trying to stick to the new thing we're trying to stick to this season is an hour and 15-minute streams so that you can get on with your night and all of us can get a night's sleep. So thank y'all for viewing. I'm going to send it back through to the guys to let them say final thoughts and shout outs. So Jen, what you got?
Hey, I had a really good time tonight, guys. Reading your comments, engaging with you guys. Comments right now. Hector, I agree with you. I love the Silver Surfer. He's my top 5. If they made if they did anything with him, I would really hope that they would just start with a TV series and make like a movie or whatever, just because there's so much mythos to his character. Anyways, thanks a lot for tuning in with us, and I will see you next week. We'll engage more, and we'll have more, great conversations like tonight. So thanks for having me.
Awesome. Let's keep it moving along to Mr. Paul Comics.
All right.
And Billy.
Appreciate everybody. Oh, thank you. See that, Billy? I told you. So thank y'all for showing up tonight. As always, the road to episode 100. Hopefully stay a little longer, see what giveaways we're going to have on 100. Who's going to be back for episode 100? If I have my pick, it'll be nobody. But anyway,
right.
Thanks for everybody that showed up tonight. Thanks for Carlos hosting and Jen for showing up, and all you guys for interacting and engaging. We really appreciate it. Wednesday is a good night for us. We always enjoy it. But yeah, like he said, road to 100, and share this out, give us a like, and thank y'all. We'll see y'all next Wednesday. Right, Billy?
I'm looking forward to it. And hey, again, thank y'all so much for continuing to be supporters. Make sure and hit that subscribe
Did he just freeze?
Whoa!
All right, guys. Roll to 100, guys.
And if you haven't
Yeah,
already,
so
make
make
sure
sure you hit
Oh,
that
he came back.
subscribe button,
You froze,
And,
Carlos.
and we'll see you soon.
Carlos
then,
froze.
Yeah,
Pointing at you guys. He loves you guys.
yeah, he's saying
froze.
that's his new power. That's his new power. He can freeze.
There he goes. He's back.
Oh, he's back. He's back.
All right, I think
He's
I'm back.
back.
So I'm going to sign off. We will see you next time. Y'all take care.
Oh.